What's going on? What's going on, my fellow Mgtow, my fellow righteous Mgtow, my fellow men, my fellow noble men, my fellow radical men, my fellow macho men, my men that will bear arms against tyranny if we get invaded, the men that don't take shit from women, the men that don't care about, a lot of this egotistical, frugal society that, the left and the ones at the top have made, the ones that don't give a fuck about the LGBTQ community, this and so forth. The guys that are macho, true warriors, true Spartans, the men that I would believe that would be the rise and cause of battle. Right. Um, my good, my assalamu alaikum, peace and be with you. No matter what race, white, black, Spanish, Indian, creed, if you're Mgtow, one come all. Um, but without further ado, I'm gonna be talking about Jerome Powell. And the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, is very worried about the massive U.S. debt. Now listen up, guys. This is something serious. Jerome Powell says that the Federal Reserve has no choice but to face the debt balance. They say that the balance is now at 21.9 trillion. Jesus Christ. The U.S. debt has reached new and sustainable highs of over $1 trillion. He made these comments at a economic club in Washington D.C. Now, if you don't know who Jerome Powell is, this guy is he runs the Federal Reserve, and he was appointed by Donald Trump. But then Donald Trump, I guess, tried to blame him for the fuck up that was already we were already fucked in. So whatever. He said that he's worried about it. However, this is a man that just raised interest rates. I mean, if he, it also makes you think, like, if he was very worried about the U.S. national debt, why the hell are you raising interest rates? Try to balance it out. It's too much now to try to balance it out. You just have to pay our shit off to try to get that interest rate down. But it's basic fucking math in a sense. Um, Trump appointed him, but then again, like I said before, blamed him. This also could be a suicide mission. They're trying to do they try to do quantitative easing for a while. Now they're trying to do quantitative tightening. If they go down a path where the interest rates increase and things are inflating, things could get very, very bad. Quantitative tightening is to counter the easing from the global economic crisis that took place in 2008. Um, they've been reducing the amounts of treasury bonds that were purchased, um, and allowing they allowing them to expire pretty much. Fucking idiots. And this actually goes back to the great legend, Wall Street Jeffrey Glock had warned us that the Federal Reserve appears to be on a suicide mission, um, while raising interest rates at U.S. debt as U.S. debt is increasing. People are asking, questions now, with the U.S., government shutdown, no more food stamps, there's big events that are coming right around the corner, man. And this is the guy. These are statements from the fucking guy who's running the Federal Reserve. Uh, you know, like I said, man, the lights are gonna go out, man. They're gonna go out maybe this year, maybe in 2020, maybe 2021, hopefully 2021, so I could continue to keep buying supplies. Um, like I said before, get water, get at least 6 months of water and food. I go into a gas station and I literally take $150 out of my check, and I literally buy everything in the fucking gas station. All the airheads, all the candies, all that shit. That's gonna be a lifesaver. Okay. Buy those candy treats, buy those Twinkies, snowballs, buy all of it. Buy it in stock, buy it from BJ's, whatever you gotta do. Make sure you have at least a year to some change of supplies ready. Like I said before, make sure not all your supplies is in your house. People will try to break into your homes, take your food, try to kill you for it. If you don't have nothing in your house, there's nothing that they can do. Hide your shit. I put my stuff. There's a couple bike trails around my house. I dig up holes and I put in containers and I wrap it around in saran wrap and I put it and I dig it. But I make sure no one follows me, no one sees me. I put it down there at night. Also, dig hole. I also put gasoline in some of the trenches as well. Get your shit ready, man. If you haven't been doing this shit for the last year, you haven't been doing this shit for the last 6 months, there's time. But I mean, any dollar, every dollar is a mat. It counts now. It's really counting now. You can't take your dollars for granted now. Now you have to really be on it. You buy food. I'm telling you, take $300 instead of buying, the porn, or instead of buying fucking going to the strip club, whatever the fuck it is, a sin hobby that you do, vulgar hobby that you do, weed, whatever. You know, you got to stop that now. Now that's just taking money for granted. You can't take money for granted right now. It's very risky to do that. You have to be disciplined. You have to take $50, man. I'm not playing, and just buy food. Buy as much noodles, as much water as you can. The U.S. Emergency hotlines are not going to tell you this. When the crash hits, the crash is going to hit, and that's it. Okay, they're not going to tell you to get prepared because they don't want a massive. They don't want people to have a massive panic. But um, you know, I think the U.S. has a good year, a strong year. Like once 2020 hits, and we're fucked. But you know, get ready. Get the shit ready. Get everything you need ready. Get your silver, get your gold ready, get your food ready, get your seeds ready. And remember, even though gold and silver when the crash hit is going to be valuable, remember when you're trying to trade for goods, some people might not need gold or silver. They might not find it valuable, so they're not going to trade you their goods for something that you might think is valuable, which it could be valuable. They might be looking for toothpaste or whatever. So these are things you have to be very aware of. Do not take this shit for granted. It's very real, and the economic it is bad. It's very bad right now. It's so bad. It's scary. I'm surprised any day now anything could happen. Just be prepared. Um, like I said, if you're gonna be on the road, if you're gonna try to travel out of the tri-state area, get out west. Um, Travel at night, sleep during the day, so you can stay out of people's sights. Have enough food, carbs, protein in your travel sacks to make sure, in camp sacks to make sure you can sustain your lives. Have bow and arrows so you can kill food and without making noise. Cover your tracks. It's gonna be like the Book of Eli. It's gonna be like Mad Max. It is not no joke. So, with that being said, my fellow righteous men, my Mgtow men, my fellow brothers in arms, my brothers that don't give a fuck about women, my brothers that can see through the feminism bullshit, because feminism is just a tactic used from the government that is just using women as pawns. Only women who feel inferior have to call themselves queens. For the men that don't care about that, for the men that don't care about the racism, for men that love one another, respect one another, listen to one another, do the right thing by one another, you know, get your shit ready. Don't help nobody. Save yourselves. If you can help some people, save some people. But if we establish certain groups and certain beacons, we might be able to pull this through. They say 6 months, we don't know. And then you have China worrying that might do the EMP. It's a lot of shit that's going on right now. And we just got to be ready for it. You got to be ready. We got to be like the Spartans. And like Will Smith said, if you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready. So have some utensils, have some weapons, some bullets, some guns. Have all this stuff ready. Use the money now that's valuable now to get all the things you need for when the crash hits. You might have a year left, maybe a year and a half. I'm praying maybe 2 years, 2020. But, get your shit ready. Get all this stuff ready. Don't take none of this shit for granted. Okay? With that, I have one more video to make. If like I said before, a big shout out to Dabu7 and Underground News. I'm just a middleman. If you want, you can go straight to his website, straight to his YouTube link, and you can just get the information right there from him instead of coming to me. But this is just for people that and viewers that don't know what's going on in the world right now, especially my Mgtow brothers. You know, you gotta understand what's going on. Can't take this everyday life really now, not for granted, and you can't even take the shoes you're wearing for granted now. So, I have one more video before I'm about to go to bed, and God bless, and stay true to the core.